Can you remember where you were September 1988 when Gilbert struck that hurricane? Well, my guest remembers very well because he should have been on his way to the University of the West Indies to start his course of study there. He got there in about November and got to Irvine Hall.
Yes.
I was able to kind of get rid of the ragging, but
Yes.
here you are at Irvine Hall.
Right.
What were the things that you really got involved with, and how did the studies go? What were you studying again? History
and social sciences.
Yeah.
So I did politics, some economics, and history. But I did pretty much everything. I ran for the hall. I played cricket. Didn't play football. Didn't make the team. I was the hall photographer. I took all the block pictures and everything. I even took pictures for the university teams. In fact, I was invited to Trinidad and Tobago for intercampus games solely as a photographer. Probably the only person who made a team as a photographer. And so I enjoy that. And I made some money.
As a photographer,
As a photographer, yes, and helped me paid my way. But I also got involved in leadership, in block rep and all that. And eventually I was elected hall chairman. So, you know.
Were you on the guild?
I was on the guild as a hall chairman, yes. And I served with many distinguished persons at the time.
Were some of those on the guild with you?
I remember Picewell Forbes, who was a politician in the Bahamas, a minister of government. There was a guy named Contreras. We call him Patu. Sorry.
No, all name. That's okay.
And he became deputy prime minister in Belize. Of course, there's Clyde Williams. I remember him very well as an attorney now. I think Delano Franklin was a few years ahead of me at the time, and et cetera, et cetera. So Dr. Christopher Tufton was also on the guild when I was there. He was deputy president of the guild.
You had the opportunity to meet some very important Jamaicans, and there were two who made quite an impact on you. Want to talk about them?
Sure. I remember as a hall chairman sitting on the past Irvinite Association as the current chairman, and I met the Honorable Gloria Knight, and I heard about this woman. I thought she was a huge statue of a woman because of the position she held at Mutual Life.
President of Mutual Life at the time.
President of Mutual Life, yes. And when I met this petite, humble woman, I was so amazed. And so I remember she asking me, what are you going to do after you leave university? I said, I'm not sure. She said, you should come and see me. So I went down to speak with her in her office, and she offered me a job. And I was so happy. I got a job which I now could afford my own Suzuki Swift and my apartment in Kingston, and the big life was ahead of me until I met my former principal at Samshab, Dr. Cecile Walden, who came on campus for a job fair. And I was just walking through and saw her. And she called me and said, what are you doing? I said, graduated and I'm planning to work at Mutual Life. And she said, imagine we spend so much resources to train you as a teacher, and you're going to insurance? Of course, my heart went. And she said, we have a job for you at Sam Sharp, so you need to come down for an interview. So I couldn't say no to my principal, so I went down and interviewed, and the rest was history.
What was the cut in salary? If you had gone to Mutual Life?
If I had gone to Mutual Life, I would have made 3 times the salary at the time.
Do you regret that decision?
No, not 1 minute of it.
Talk about your life as a teacher at Sam Sharp Teachers College.
Yes, so my activity and my way of life followed me into the teaching profession. So even though I was a lecturer, lecturing sometimes up to 24 hours a week, I didn't complain. And I also helped out with the sports because at that time the physical education director has resigned, I think. And so no one to help to train the youngsters in their football and stuff. So I went down to the field and they started calling me coach. And it felt good. So I got a whistle and, went down every evening to help them, to coach them in their football and their cricket and everything. And I did that for quite a while until I was actually rewarded for it handsomely, both in cash and kind, because I didn't realize that you could claim. And so I wasn't claiming for years, until the bursar came to me one day and said that I should. And therefore but I made a difference in the youngster's life, I thought. Mm-hmm. And I also gained a lot of experience from those kind of service given to the students.
How did you make your journey right through to the principal of Sam Sharp Teachers College?
Yes, so at Sam Sharp, I moved from being an assistant lecturer to a lecturer. And in the 90s, because I got there in 1991, in 1994, there was an exchange program with the Central Connecticut State University. And the acting principal then, Miss Lorna Stevenson, I think she was rewarding me for all the extra things I was doing and said she wants me to go on the program with her in Connecticut. And once I landed there, opportunities opened up. And I grabbed them with both hands.
What kinds of opportunities?
I got a fellowship to return the following year to do my master's, free of cost. And not only that, but I was asked to help in the education department. I was paid for it. And so I made some money. I got my master's degree, and I planned and returned home. And of course, on returning home, I got promoted to senior lecturer, and then I continued. But not only that, I started a program with the university where we help teachers here in Jamaica to do their masters on site at Sam Sharp. It's spread throughout the island.
This is with the
Central
Connecticut
State, yes.
Ah.
And we did that for years, over 1,200 graduates from the program. And out of that, they started their doctoral program and invited me to join. And again, I got another fellowship to complete my doctoral program.
What was your focus?
It was educational leadership or the infusion of technology.
How long did it take you to complete?
3 years. 3 years. So
and you got to the point of being principal. How long were you principal for at Sam Sharp Teachers College?
5 years.
What was the most challenging thing as principal of Sam Sharp Teachers College that you had to deal with?
Managing people and resources, having enough money, funds to run the institution. And still a challenge today.
Always is, huh?
Always is.
An educator par excellence, my guest, the president of the Jamaica University College. We're going to our final break in part 2. So when we come back, it's going to be about the Jamaica University College. Is that okay with you?
It's very much okay.
We'll be right back after this.
Yes.